you here, which makes me really happy. When is your test?
Thursday.
Your test is Thursday. This activity that we're going to do today is going to prepare you for your test on Thursday. You'll notice that you guys have teams for this. Teams of 3 and 1 team of 4. You will find your name on there. Each person in the team is going to have a role, a job to play for their team. It is your job to make sure you are doing your job and helping your team to solve each problem. Today's activity is going to be around the room. We're actually going to be moving to different stations and solving each one. Okay? They're all similar to the problems you will find on your test. If you're getting somewhere and you can't figure it out, you have your team. Ask your team, then ask me, okay? So first you're going to use your team as a resource. Okay. First we're going to listen. What are norms for group work? What is your behavior expectations for group work?
Being respectful.
Being respectful, listening to your team.
Letting the other people share their ideas.
Yes, letting the other people share their ideas. And what happens if you disagree with what someone else said? How should we handle that?
I don't agree.
And should you add because, and then respectfully explain it. That's really important. So today, you're going to work on your skills for yourself. Set the goal. Think, how many would I like to accomplish in this period? Skills for others. If you notice one of your teammates is confused, help them. And if you are confused yourself, ask your teammates. They're there to help you. And then finally, skills for being a community member. Make sure you're playing your role. You're like, what are the roles? Person on top, ignoring this one, I'll talk to you guys separately. Person on top, you are the math checker. Your job is to go through and make sure everyone's math makes sense. Problem two. Person 2, middle person, the fluff of the Oreo. You're the problem reader. You will read it out loud. Oh no. Person 3, bottom part of the Oreo. You're the focus monitor. If people are getting off task, it's your job to be like, hey, yo, math time. And you get them back on, okay? For this group, top 2 people are math checkers, problem reader, focus monitor. Let's go. Okay, the problems are all around the room. You're going to do the work in your notebooks. Everyone's going to do the work, even if you have your role to play, okay? They're in like a neon colored paper, so you will see it. You can hold one up with that. Awesome. You don't have to start at any specific one. Just try to get to as many as you can, and I'll check your work as you go. Get with your team and move around the room.
From second grade though, and I still have it. I don't even know. I need to read. You can't forget to. You can't forget this one. Yo, what up? Camera. Yo, camera. What kind of problem? He literally just said that.
So we're going to division. Can you show on your paper how you're going to do that? Perfect.
Tyler, you're going to have to make sure math makes sense. What's one that I would This is all the same one.
I love that you made a table. The second one is, I wrote it down. You are problem reader. You read the problem aloud to your team.
Today we're going to be doing that.
60.
Stop.
Okay, what did you guys answer this?
Oh, okay. Is that 45?
Okay, what is your answer, Jack? How far do you get in 1 hour?
So, she's not going to let us do a remainder.
That's what Jack said. Make sure you all agree really quick.
We can what? What?
Why?
Okay.
Beautiful explanation too. I saw you all had that work. That was awesome. You are correct. If you're going 60 miles per hour in 1 hour, how far are you going? 60 miles. Okay. You guys are good to go to the next one. Awesome job. You can use a times table, but don't use calculator.
Can you guys help me? Because some of the stuff I don't know. Okay. I need to know. That.
Okay.
That.
Looks like you took your $4.18 and you broke it into 2 equal groups, one for each container, and each container would be 12. Beautiful. That one has no number there. Hello. You want to do it? And then this one is all that. For which problem? Is it the single one?
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell me which one is the better unit. So you can do that by calculating the unit rate for sure. It wouldn't make sense that one book would cost more than the cost of 3 books. So I liked how you started with the table. You want to figure out, that unit rate, if that's the strategy you want. Tell me the cost of one book at each price point, and that'll really help.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect. Will you let me know when we're close to 15 so I don't make my professor miserable?
Which one are you guys? We just finished that
Can
one.
I see your answer on that one?
Yes.
Wasn't it asking for the cost of 2? Or was it asking
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wait.
How did you switch that answer by?
Because this
So you found the unit rate, and now you had to find the cost of 2. Perfect. Move on. If there's already people at a certain one, you can still be there. Just so that. You know, do the next one.
Hey, I'm not done. Can I get a pencil?
Yes.
You guys are driving 60 miles
That's
per hour.
okay.
How far do we go in 1 hour?
You're getting there. This is one of the harder ones. It's okay if it takes too long. You did a beautiful job making this video. This is awesome. And you know exactly what to do. So, sometimes when you have something like this, finding the unit rate like this is really good strategy. And I see that you also build the same table as you know how your teammates build a table? Yeah. I want to see that same table that you have. We should be working with them.
That's 60 hours.
Can you guys explain to Tyler how you made your table and why?
Oh, I got it now.
Yeah. You are exactly correct. Can you explain to me how you got it?
Well, I had to pull an iPhone. No, they asked what
Aren't you supposed to be the one that makes you I'm doing this. I'm the one doing it. You're the one doing
And you had to find each one, so you beautiful. Make sure that this matches this. What are you missing on this one? Beautiful job. Find anyone who haven't done so far. If there's already people there, that's okay. You just don't have to. If you are driving for 60 miles per hour, you're driving 60 miles per hour to car, okay? After an hour, think about how far you would have gone. Talk about it in class about what miles per hour means. Talk to each other about what you think miles per hour means, and it should lead you in the direction of the answer using your team.
Recalculator. What? $45 for how was it?
I'm going to my house. I'm going
Like, do you mean your division? 4 goes into 15 3 times. What is 4 times 3?
Just the teacher's
40. It's just a division error.
1 times 16 hours. 3 divided by 2 miles.
Why?
Because that's the same exact miles per hour, which is 1 hour.
Oh, you emphasize miles per hour. Can you explain why? What does miles per hour mean?
Okay. So I can work really.
Okay, but what does it mean? If I said you drive 60 miles per hour, what does miles per hour mean? Every hour you go 60 miles. You guys are right. You were like, why am I overcomplicating this? It's in the answer, but find one you haven't done yet. You're doing a really good job. Don't forget your flashcards. Don't forget the mystery flashcards.
Please start the interruption. Please dismiss wrestlers at this time. Please dismiss wrestlers at this time. Thank you.
I'm actually very impressed with you guys. I thought you did a really good job. I think that having the roles worked well for you. Arthur, can you close your computer? Thank you. What was something you noticed about this activity that might have been a little different because you had those jobs? Specifically because of the jobs. Addie?
Our team actually worked together better.
Your team worked together better. Why do you think that was?
Because each of our team had a different job, and if we would get on task, either one of us would get on task, or the other person actually on the job. But like, there's also like all over each other's jobs, so it made it easier for us.
So you did your own jobs, so you helped each other do your jobs? How did we feel like the math portion went of this? I'm seeing thumbs up, so I'm seeing kind of everything. Why don't we do that? If you feel like this was awesome, I feel really confident, I still need a little bit of support. I would like quite a bit of support, maybe during an enrichment period. You can do it in front of your chest and not everyone has to see it. You don't have to do it like around the room. Okay. If you want extra support, knowing your test is Thursday, I didn't say you had to. You are more than welcome to come in for enrichment. We have enrichment tomorrow, and then if you have your test in a later period on Thursday, I can also help you on Thursday. Okay. I thought this went very, very well. I thought you did a beautiful job of following those class values. I heard a lot of disagreements, but I also heard a lot of, hey, I disagree, but this is why, in really respectful tones, and that made me super happy. Because sometimes it is hard when you're working with a group and you're not all on the same page, but you did a really, really beautiful job. You stayed on task. Problem readers read beautifully. Math checkers checked beautifully. You used your resources. And you made sure that if you had questions, you asked each other before asking me. So give yourselves a round of applause. That's all I have for you on this lesson. Thank you so much. Hey, I am going to take you on a really quick tour of my classroom. We're actually going to start right outside the door of my room. It might be a little bit bright. I have a sign that I switch up for the season, so we're about to switch to our fall. And then this is where my students can keep their workbooks because they tend to lose things when they are in their locker. Right when you come in, we have our I can statements. And then any math retake work that they want to grab, they can grab from right there. Behind me, I have my shelving, which goes all the way across. And they're all hidden by cute curtains, but there's lots of school supplies back there, especially if a student doesn't have a notebook or something, they're always able to grab one. Above that, I have all the 6th grade math standards with a graphic and explained. My room is shark themed, so you'll see that a lot. You'll also notice I have these seat cushions for students who struggle to sit still. I also have a big bounce chair, which is being fixed right now, and then a Jossum workboard. This is where awesome student work goes to get shown off. When a student does something really awesome, I confetti them. You can see here I confetti this student and then put a picture of her up. I'm very fortunate I have a 3D printer. Here's a shark that we 3D printed. Here's an example of when I first started trying. My students love to see the growth, so that reminds them of our growth mindset. I'm gonna show you my desk, which looks like this. In the very front of my desk, I have some family photos. I have an I wish my teacher knew jar, where people that have something to share with me can write something down that is not going to be shared with the whole class, but it gives me an idea of how their day is going. Notice I have best class ever along the ceiling, a fun ELA and math correlated challenge for them, some signage, anchor charts to help them with anything they struggle with in math, calculators. I love books, so even though it's not a math ELA class, we have book recommendations. Our classroom values are explicitly written. We discuss them at the start of the year and throughout the year. If we actually go back and look at my curtains, behind them I have my manipulatives, my Kleenex boxes. I was an ELA teacher at heart, so I have lots of books and then art supplies. Games, some of them tie into math, some of them don't. And then a lot of intervention tools down here for my students that need help with math. Now that I've given you like a detailed inventory of my room, I'm going to give you kind of the whole overall. Here's my emergency bag. So my room does have a shark theme. I actually let my first year choose my theme. Because my name is Mrs. Shivers and a group of sharks is called a shiver, they decided on a shark theme. So that kind of just stuck. So they really enjoy having a themed room in middle school because not many teachers decorate very much in middle school. Another couple things I wanted to show you that I put out so I could show you. Some of the stuff is out for a measurement activity. We do escape rooms as a test prep. And then how it works is they get all the clues around the school, and then they have to enter in a code word to open the box and get a treat. We have food and non-food treats due to allergies and diabetes and all the other fun things we have going on in our school. While it is not proven, I do give them mints for tests. We have a test this week, so I have those out. I think that was the main stuff that I wanted to show you. We have our bell schedule explicitly written, our mission statement and vision statement for the school, noise level, and our pride expectations. I try to make sure everything's really explicit and they can see it throughout the day, every day. Let me know if you have any questions or there's anything you wanted to see in my room that you didn't get to, but it was fun taking you on a tour. Thank you.